Hello friends, today we are going to perform a laboratory experiment under the subject MOS. The name of this practical is Rockwell hardness test, and this is the Rockwell hardness testing machine under which we are going to test a sample, that is thin steel material. So this is the particular material for which we are going to measure the hardness, that is the measure of the hardness value. And we are performing this experiment to measure the hardness, that is localized plastic deformation of any material. And this particular practical is based on the simple principle that harder is the material, less deeper will be the indent. So basically we are going to make an indent on this particular sample, and based on the measure of that indent we can give the hardness value. And similarly, with the decrease in the hardness of any material, there will be the increase in the depth of the indent. So based on this indent, we can classify whether it is a hard or soft material. So now we'll move towards the sample and the indenters, with the help of which we'll be making indent on this particular material. So basically there are two indenters. One is a ball type indenter. See, you can see here. This is the ball type indenter, and this is a diamond, and we can even call it a cone type indenter. And this is the sample on which we are going to test the indent. See, these types of indents will be visible on the sample. There are no any dimensions fixed for the sample, but we can design the sample according to our convenience. Now we'll move towards the Rockwell hardness testing machine. So basically this is the dial for our machine, where the reading on the inside is given in red and outside reading is given in black. So what are these readings for? I'll be explaining it later. Then after, here is a hand wheel with the help of which we can just rotate it clockwise and anti-clockwise and move our sample up and down. So basically what I am going to do here is I am going to place my sample over here and fix any one of the indenter like this. I'll be fixing this. See, but still we don't know which indenter out of the ball type and diamond type what should we use, and how to read the dial. And this is the loading and unloading valve. If I move this clockwise, it will get loaded, and when I move it anti-clockwise, it will get unloaded. Then after we will see the scale. See, this is the most important part of this experiment or practical, where I can see that there are numerous application materials are mentioned over here. Suppose carbides, thin steel, shallow case, hardened steel, case, carbidized surface, then aluminium alloys, copper alloys, and numerous materials are mentioned over here. But here, and corresponding to that, which dial should we read, that color is also mentioned over here. As I showed you that there are two different colors. Inside color shows the red and outside color shows the black. The same thing is given over here. See, if I am testing the thin steel, then I will have to read the dial which is in black color, and the load kgs is 60. So what is this 60 given for, this 100, 150, see? This is the value of the load selector given over here, just above the valve, loading and unloading valve. See, I can rotate this and change the value, but right now what I need is 60, because here the value corresponding to thin steel is given 60 kgs, and dial is black colored, which I had to read, and the indenter which I will have to use is diamond indenter. So basically, out of this two, this is the diamond indenter what I'll be using, this one. So I'll remove this and I'll be joining this indenter, and I'll be fixing this indenter with the help of a screw, but right now it is not required, because as I'll move this hand wheel clockwise, it will come upwards and there will be no requirement for the support. So let me show you. Moving this clockwise will move this sample upwards. See, I'm moving this clockwise, this sample is moving upwards. See, I'll be checking whether there is no indent where I am placing this particular sample. So here at this particular point there is no indent, so I am fixing this, and now we'll move towards the reading. Now if I move the wheel clockwise, we can see that the dial has started to move, and we can even see the small dial inside this, which shows the small arrow. This small arrow is basically given for the value which is placed over here, that is load selector, which I had shown you earlier. This load selector, here the value is 60, but for this each and every single unit, for 1 there is value 50, for 2 it is 100, for 3 it is 150, for 4 it is 200. But right now what we have, the load selector value is 60. So we'll move towards like this up till the value is 60. See, I am removing the load right now, but as soon as I start to move the hand wheel clockwise, we can see that inner and outer both the arrows will start to move. But as soon as the inner arrow gets to the value 60, I'll stop moving. This is the value 60. Here we can see that. Around 60 we can say. And the upper value should be at 0. Here. This is the value 60 in the inner dial, small dial. As soon as I unload this value, that is, I'll move it anti-clockwise to unload this. This value will change. See, this is our changed value, which means that our value is, say here we need to read this black colored outer reading, as I said, as shown over here in the scale. Here it is given, we need to read the black dial. So our value will be this one from the inner dial and moving clockwise 30, 40, 50, 60, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69. So our value is 169 and the scale is C. So this is basically how we can measure the hardness of any material with a particular value. And the value what we got here is 169 C, that is also known as HR, that is hardness value. And we can compare these hardness values with different materials. And this is all about today's practicals. Thank you for watching.